के लिए भी जो सिलेंडर्स होते हैं CO2 cylinders, they are in the main cylinder, main CO2 room only. It is installed in the main cylinder CO2 room only, and they are manually operated actually. वॉल्यूम है, एज पर द वॉल्यूम उसका कार्गो होल्ड एटलीस्ट 30% एटलीस्ट जो है का CO2 उसमें रिक्वायर्ड होता है किसी भी टाइप का फायर को एक्सटिंग्विश करने के लिए. Or accordingly, the cylinder heads are designated. Cylinders, CO2 cylinders are designated. Number of cylinders inside the CO2 room. Acha. The very first and foremost thing is how to detect the fire actually. If there is fire inside the cargo hold, there is a smoke detectors. And in such a huge cargo holds, having this conventional sorry, I'll come again. Actually, whenever there's a fire in the cargo hold, there's a fire in the cargo hold, the, the detection is very important. Say suppose we are sailing and cargo holds are closed, then if there is some fire occurs or maybe any fire hazardous cargo like coal or anything is there inside, if any fire or small fire occurs, you will not come to know immediately. You will have to have some system whereby it should the detection system whereby you automatically come to know, automatically audio and visual alarm is given so that you are aware that something is happening in particular cargo holds. So there is a different arrangement is made. There's a small pipe of 12 or 20 mm is right from the cargo hold. It goes up to the bridge with the small vacuum pump. The fan is a vacuum fan. The like a blower, a cabinet arrangement is given on the bridge. So there the air is sucked. Air whenever there is no fire, air or any smoke is sucked from the respective cargo holds and fed into this cabinet which is located onto the bridge. And that is a transparent tube sort of things for respective cargo holds. This arrangement is such, cabinet box is such, where the transparent tubes are there, and whenever this air or any smoke is sucked in to this pipe and fed into the bridge cabinet, then if there is a fire, the smoke will uh, actually flows into those transparent tubes. Now, this idea is that if there is no fire, only the air will blow and no alarm or anything is generated because whenever there's this if there is a fire, this smoke is whenever there's a smoke flows into this tube, it this actually changes the resistance of that particular area. After the resistance is changed, this converts the electrical energy is generated and it starts giving you audio and visual alarm saying that in particular area, particular cargo hold, there is a fire. The moment this alarm is raised, that alarm is on the bridge. If bridge is unmanned, also the general alarm will be. If say suppose cargo operation is going or nobody is there on the bridge or in some occasion you bridge is also people are watch keepers are not there. That time it is general alarm will be raised and this indicator will indicate that in some cargo hold there's a fire. Then if there's a fire in some particular cargo hold, you have to release the CO2. For releasing CO2, in in as far as my experience is concerned, you have to go to the CO2 room and manually operate the three-way valve. There are three-way valves in the cylinders. Like as per the requirement, there are three-way valves. Three-way valves you have to operate and release the cylinders CO2 one by CO2 uh, whatever whatever required CO2 is required into the to extinguish that fire, that many cylinders has to be manually operated and release the CO2 into the cargo hold. This is the actually arrangement, general arrangement is installed on board ship, cargo ship. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. These are the bottles for your yeah, cargo area. Largest cargo space 113 cylinders
Engine room and cargo
and
hold.
engine room 101 cylinders. Required quantity of cylinders 113 cylinders. So we have total 113
It all
cylinders.
depends ship to ship.
Yes, yes.
It all
That
depends on ship to ship.
capacity we will see. So on
Capacity,
this
yeah,
ship,
depends on the
we have
capacity.
113 cylinders, and out of that, 101 can be used for engine room. Same cylinders are there. Either they can be used for
Yes.
engine room and
Yeah,
cargo
both
space.
actually. Mm.
So for cargo space, we have to release manually. So let's see. Uh,
Actually, there is a sampling pipe, tube type, which from each cargo hold, it is via the CO2 room. From the CO2 room, it goes through the CO2 room to the bridge. And the pointer which you are showing now, the cursor, वो actually ये सब cargo hold से जो एक एक line आ रही हैं जो, hello,
yeah, for each
cargo
cargo
what
hold.
Smoke extraction
from
panel.
each cargo hold, yes. From each cargo hold you may be seeing the lines are coming. So those pipe of about 20 mm का pipe है, copper tube रहते हैं ये generally. These are called sampling pipes. So in case of fire in the CO2 in the cargo hold, the smoke starts coming, traveling through these pipes. And these pipes are coming via these three-way valves. You can see on top the black crosses on top. This is these are called, just नीचे ले आइए कर्सर को थोड़ा नीचे, ये लाइन जो लाइन है ना यहाँ, या ये these are the three-way valves. ये नीचे नहीं नहीं, ये थ्री वे वाल्व सभी
ये वाला
पाइप के ऊपर, नहीं नहीं ये नहीं, ये हाँ, यस 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 यस, these are the three-way valves for each cylinder from each cargo hold. There are number of black point given, no, they are the three-way valves from each cargo hold. So these three-way valves, one line is going up to the bridge. On top we can see one cabin bridge here, this one bridge. It goes to the bridge, yes. That is not even shown. Wheelhouse. It goes to the wheelhouse. These lines are going to the wheelhouse. Yes. And the group, and the other one is leading to the cylinders. So the moment you detect fire in any particular cargo hold, you have to come down to the CO2 room and you have to change over these three-way valves. Yeah, it is clearly written three-way valve. The three-way valve position you have to change. So it will cut off the supply to the bridge cabinet, and then the line will be through like the CO2, the common manifold inside the CO2 room, which is connected to the respective cylinders, will fill up this common manifold and will go to the respective cargo hold through this three-way valve.
Extraction and detection system consists of sampling pipes connecting the cargo holds to a smoke detection panel kept in the wheelhouse. Labels on sampling pipe indicate the location from where the smoke is generated. The detection panel consists of nylon propellers inside the glass tubes and a dark chamber with diffused light for each sampling pipe. Suction fans on the Monkey Island continuously draw air from the cargo holds. The nylon propellers continuously whirl as long as the suction fan runs. It indicates that there is no blockage in the sampling pipes. Charts located in the wheelhouse and carbon dioxide room give the information on minimum required cylinders to be released for each hold. In case of fire, suction fans extract the smoke from cargo holds. Detection panel receives the samples of smoke through sampling pipelines and diverting valve. The diffused light illuminates the smoke entering the dark chamber and triggers the alarm. The alarm bells are located on the bridge, engine room and accommodation spaces. A three-way valve located in the wheelhouse isolates sampling line and suction fan. The valve connects the sampling line with the carbon dioxide manifold line. Before operating the carbon dioxide cylinders, all the openings of the cargo hold should be shut. When carbon dioxide gas is released from the cylinders, it flows from the carbon dioxide room to the cargo hold and extinguishes the fire.
Yeah, that's the arrangement.
SOLAS regulation for calculating for cylinders, sir. So for cargo space, minimum 30% of total volume of largest space
Yes.
दिया है सर. कार्गो स्पेस के लिए 30% of largest space.
Hmm.
And for machinery space, 40% of the total volume of largest machinery space that is protected by CO2 system.
Including machinery casing. The volume should excluding machinery casing. ऊपर करो. इसमें these two requirements are there. One is 40% excluding machinery casing, or 35%
35.
including the machinery casing.
Yes, sir.
One of these.
This is actually the while calculating the requirement, how much CO2 is required and how much volume should it cover up actually.
Yes, sir. These
That
people are
this is the
asked in the
requirement.
exam and even in this
Yeah, I
ASCO or
understand.
some
Yeah, but
for
but
that.
the before actually actually the requirement what we were asking, this is for just for calculating, and these calculations are I understand this examination purposes it required, but generally for practical purposes or this thing
Not
uh,
required.
it is not required actually from the shipyard or when ship is built. These people they will calculate and install the cylinders accordingly. So
Yes,
yeah, of
but we
course I
should have
understand. For
some
example, yeah,
idea that if you release all the CO2, only your 35% of the machinery space will get filled. It's not that if you release CO2, full engine room will get flooded or all the cargo holds you can flood. It's not like that. You can flood either the largest cargo hold, one cargo hold, or 35% of your full machinery space. So it will be covering a area of fire. It cannot.
correct.
Suppose full engine room has, like somebody was
Yeah,
asking,
yeah,
no, that what will be the
yeah,
extent
yeah.
of fire when you will release CO2? So it is not that full engine room is
Yeah.
burning in phases like we were seeing yesterday, and then you will release CO2. A small
No,
fire which cannot be
no.
extinguished with your fire extinguisher or fire
Yes,
hoses, then
yes.
you have to use CO2. That is
CO2 flooding.
the
Yes.
layman criteria.
Yeah, actually, but before the question was asked, how much fire there should be there, how much fire, if in case there's a percentage of fire which is chief in a decision hold controllable, then the CO2 has to be released. This is completely the chief engineer's discussion or this thing, captain's this thing decision. But the requirement does not say that if there is a 40% or 30% fire, you release this. The requirement is what you are explaining here in this figure is a require. This is an entirely different thing. Different thing. While calculating the requirement of CO2 volume, how much percentage you need to how much percentage of the volume you need to cover up for this CO2 extinguish the fire. That's how I think it is given. 40% in room and 30% in cylinder cargo hold.
Yes, but we have some this thing, no, because it's a gas, it will fill everywhere. Till now, after reading this, only I realized with this question. Till now, I was also thinking that full engine room will be flooded, but the requirement is that you have CO2 for only 35 or 40% of your machinery space. So your 40% of machinery space will only get filled. That is the maximum CO2 is available. So if your 10-20% of your like full engine room is ablaze, then you might have to need some shore supply, or now we have this tugs and all for special firefighting. From ship CO2 system, it we can cover around 30-40%. So some idea we can have with that.
By the CO2 system. 40% of the total volume of the largest machinery space, that is correct by the CO2 system. Used. It is designed in such a way. But what it here it is saying is 40% of the engine, because engine room is a very large, very huge area. Same way the cargo hold also. So the requirement is that you need only the total volume 100% of engine room से 40% का जो है आपको volume CO2 को देंगे तो वो फायर एक्सटिंग्विश हो जाएगा. दैट्स व्हाट आई अंडरस्टैंड. 40% जो है एरिया यदि कवर भी करेगा तो इट विल स्प्रेड इन सच ए वे दैट इट विल कवर अप द होल इंजन रूम एंड एक्सटिंग्विश द फायर. That's what my understanding is. I don't know
Correct.
what.
Anyway, CO2 is the last option, but just if we
Yes.
see the sequence of action, if it is a very small fire, we can extinguish with the extinguisher.
Yeah.
And
Because
then
actually,
अगर किसी मशीनरी पे होता है तो we have this hyper mist, or we can use what
right,
about
right,
this
right.
fire hoses and all we can
Correct,
also use, or some ships have
correct.
got both foam and
Yes,
CO2 system.
yes, yes,
So
yes. It is
CO2 will
for
be
the
the
complete
last
engine room.
option,
Last
but
last option.
both CO2 and your water, they are going to damage your all the circuits
Correct,
and panels
correct,
and all.
correct, correct, correct.
Even fire is
CO2,
also going to
yeah.
damage. So इस पे बताइए सर कि
CO2 actually flooding system is what you said is correctly said. Whenever there's a fire uncontrollable in the engine room and we think that the whole engine room is going to the fire, then the last option is yours to release the CO2. But CO2 from this statement, what your regulation, what I'm reading here, with that what I can understand is, maybe I'm wrong, the 40% of the CO2 is sufficient to extinguish fire in the 100% of whatever volume their engine room. Out of 100%, 40% of the volume of the CO2 is sufficient to extinguish the fire in engine room. That's what it with the statement I can understand. Now we coming to the other point. If as it is, the CO2 is the last option. Flooding CO2 is the last option when there is a fire in the engine, whole engine room. And if you have to extinguish, or if you control fire in some particular machinery, there are different extinguishers are fixed fire extinguishers are meant in the engine room. Like hypermist है. Hypermist जो है very fire prone areas like
foam applicator is
incinerator,
also there.
foam applicators. Now hypermist also has come along with the foam applicator. Foam applicator along with the fresh water mixed, it is sprayed onto the these fire prone areas. Like fire prone areas, machineries we consider as a incinerators, your generators,
Purifier.
and purifier room, your main engine cylinder head area, your boiler. These are the fire prone area. If fire takes place, these areas actually the mostly the fire is generated in these particular areas because this is oil is used in it, and oil fumes are surrounded on these areas. So these are considered the fire prone areas. Here, these areas we are actually installed with the hypermist nozzles. Hypermist nozzles, the hypermist arrangement is a different installation. Install fire fixed fire system installed on board ship. So generally, in the steering platform, this arrangement is given. So this hypermist is what? With high pressure uh, water, fresh water is converted into the high pressure. High pressure में इसको generate करके हम लोग इसको different, जैसे समझो कि particularly there's a fire in the incinerator room, then there are two detectors are there, one flame detector and the other is smoke detectors. Flame detector is with the photoelectric cell रहता है उसमें, so that it senses and raises the audio and visual alarm from that particular area. The moment audio and visual alarm is raised, this solenoid valve operates and the automatically the pump starts, and your injectors are operated and the fire is extinguished on these particular areas. Nozzles are arranged in such a way that they will create a complete like a bed of this thing. So it will extinguish the fire. And now outside the engine room, there are in emergency fire room, there is a control panels. The control panels will give indicators that in particular this particular area there is a fire. If there is a fire in particular area, then this automatically the signal will go to the solenoid valve, which is just near to the hypermesh pump only, and that particular pipeline, this line will open and inject water onto this fire prone areas like incinerator, boiler or this thing area, and extinguish the fire. And the other requirement is that one out of two freshwater tanks. Generally, we have on board ship 2 to 3 freshwater tanks, but one freshwater tank is designated for the hypermist suction only, because hypermist the pump suction takes from one tank, and that tank must always have 35%, minimum 35% of water, and that valve is always kept open. So that's how this hypermist arrangement works. And more systematically, maybe in YouTube they have given.
Yes, so we will see details about hypermist
details.
after this.
I might have missed out something.
Basics of this flooding of CO2 system in the regulation, which they have given 2 points.
I know about the fixed CO2 system. The main thing which we have been forgetting, as I think, is that CO2 works on extinguishing fire by displacement of oxygen. So whenever you are completely shutting off the engine room, that is, you are closing off the blowers, closing the doors and everything, you are basically isolating the engine room from the one fire triangle, one part of the fire triangle, that is the oxygen, which is required for burning. And also the CO2 being heavier than air, whenever you are releasing the CO2 into the engine room, it has a tendency to go downwards. That is, it settles down onto the bottom platform, the bottommost platform, or the bottommost base of the given this thing. Maybe it is a cargo hold or an enclosed space, or wherever it is. So thereby what it is doing practically is displacing the
platform. Yes. Bottommost part of the engine room. So what is?
So whenever the oxygen is displaced from the required volume, so then there is a chance that the fire will be extinguished by itself. So after some time, because whenever you are releasing the CO2, we are not opening the engine room or the cargo hold for at least 3 to 6 hours. So by that time, again the cargo, and we are also
correct
boundary cooling from outside. So basically what we are doing is, one thing is we are cutting off the oxygen supply. Second thing is, by using the CO2, you are displacing the excess oxygen inside the hold or engine room. And third thing, when we are doing the boundary cooling, you are getting the temperature down. So when you are reducing the temperature, the ignition temperature for the fire is being removed. So one thing is, we are removing two sides of the fire triangle. One is the oxygen you are separating. The second thing is you are removing the heat from outside by using the boundary cooling. So whenever these both come with this combined effort, you're able to get the fire under control. And regarding the regulations of 40% and 35%, which are given according to the SOLAS, this thing which I can explain is the first thing, the 40%, including the casing. Sir, including the casing and the rectangular area considered, this comes to the rectangular area, only the area on the engine room floor. They are taking the area of the floor. They are not taking into the consideration the area which is present above the machinery space. Whenever you have, all of you might have visited the engine room at least once. So you will find that the open space above the main engine or the open space from the control room, which you can see where there are only pipelines and there is no machinery space. Almost 30 to 40% of the machinery space above the main engine is empty. That is, there won't be any machinery present there. As you can see, the open space above the engine, main engine. So there is very little chance of fire to spread, or there is very little chance of any fuel lines or any combustible material which is stored in the open space. So that there the chance of fire is minimal compared to the spaces where the machinery space is fixed. That is the floor area where the machinery space is bolted down, or the fuel lines or your lube oil lines or your lube oil tanks or your fuel oil settling and service tanks which are present. They are only present on the floor of the area. They are not present mid-air or on top.
Yes.
Usually also if you can take normally generally 90% of the engine room space, the settling tank or service tanks are on the second or first floor. They are not
Correct.
usually kept on the in line with the engine control room or above that. So if you are taking into consideration the floor where this machinery space is available, or the lube oil tanks or the fuel oil tanks or the fuel oil lines which are coming from the fuel oil valves, the quick closing valves, or the fuel oil lines which are coming from your deep tanks. All of these are almost in 90% of the ships, they are present on the bottom floor. So that is where you will have the maximum chance of fire hazard. Because if there is any leak or vapor generation or some kind of thing or any spark if it is taking place, so the floor area, which is the maximum prone area for fire hazard in an engine room. So this 40% is taking into account that floor area which is to be flooded. So when you are flooding your engine room, that area which is there, the bottommost area is being flooded with your CO2, thereby displacing the oxygen and potentially cutting off the fire hazard. And the 35% is if you are taking, if you, it is I think only for engine rooms which are smaller in size. So that 35% is also taking into consideration the area which is above the floor area, that is which I have already specified before, that is the area above the main engine or the area
Main engine and the
through which
open space.
so that area it also taken into consideration is your 35% of the total volume, that is the entire engine room space, including the area above the main engine or the upper deck floors in your engine room, and the 40% is for only the main machinery
But
spaces where the machinery spaces are holding down onto your engine rooms. If there is
yeah,
a
you may
correction,
correct.
it is
It will
accepted.
correct. Yeah, maybe yes. What you are saying is right. The actually the above the main engine cylinder head, and there is a huge open space. Their chances of fire is very less. Actually, wherever there is a pipe, tanks, pipes are laid, wherever there are maximum installation of the pumps, purifiers, that is all in the bottom platform, bottommost platform. That area is most prone to the fire. And as you said, the CO2 is heavier than the oxygen. It is bound to settle down and come down at the bottom platform only. So, which is um, where the maximum fire can occur. What you're saying is right, correct. Appreciate your knowledge about it, or
Thank you,
whatever
sir.
the information you have collected.
Yes, sir. It
Good.
says high rate of expansion and provides a heavy blanket because it's heavy to a level point, and since
Heavier
carbon,
than the
yes, So these are the
Carbon
things.
dioxide.
And acutely toxic at higher concentration. Of course, we should not go and inhale that place.
Actually, when there is a fire extinguished, uh, after doing the boundary cooling and all, as you said, you have how to make sure that there is no fire indication of fire is there inside. So in our time before, actually you have to go down to the bottommost part of the engine room. That is नंबर 5 कार्गो जो इंजन रूम से एडजस्टेड होता है, उधर आपको ड्रिलिंग करना रहता है बॉटम प्लेटफॉर्म में. द पीपल से मतलब इट इज इंस्ट्रक्टेड दैट you have to do a drilling. जब आप ड्रिल करेंगे तो from the bottommost part, as CO2 is settled down because it is heavier than the oxygen, from bottommost part you can see if the drilling is done, then the access you have to make, that means you have to make access to the engine room from the bottommost part of the engine room. So when you drill a hole, automatically the air, if it is fire is extinguished or anything is there, that will come out from the bottom part. You will come to know that intensity of fire has reduced or fire is extinguished. that's how the वो एक प्रोसीजर है कि इंजन रूम में फायर को देखने का कि फायर एक्सटिंग्विश हुआ कि नहीं. ये एक्चुअली आजकल मैं बहुत कम पढ़ता हूँ चीजों को, लेकिन हमारे पहले इनको ये चीज बताई जाती थी कि इंजन के बॉटम मोस्ट पार्ट में जाके ड्रिलिंग करके then you have to, because you cannot open the door, access door from the accommodation or anywhere from anywhere else. You cannot go from the top. You have to go down to the bottommost part and drill a hole and see either smoke is coming or there is a fire still existed inside the engine room, to find out after settling down.
Hmm. Yes, sir. तो ये देख लेते हैं हम. एक क्वेश्चन था, व्हाट इज द पर्पस ऑफ डिप ट्यूब इन CO2 extinguisher, whether it is a portable CO2 extinguisher or cylinder in CO2 flooding system. A siphon tube or dip tube is necessary inside the bottle. This dip tube with liquid CO2 and high pressure CO2 cylinder. The function of dip tube is to deliver liquid carbon dioxide outside the bottle. If dip tube is not provided, CO2 evaporates from the surface while discharge, taking latent heat of vaporization, and remaining liquid CO2 will
Latent heat
freeze
of
inside,
evaporation.
and hence failure of CO2 discharge. Therefore, it is necessary to operate CO2 extinguisher,
Yes.
fire extinguisher in upright position.
Up, up, upright position. You have to do upright करके नीचे bottom top को जो है bottom में आप उसको free करके उसको करना पड़ता है. That's right.
Okay, so I will just tell one incident happened with me. I joined one ship as a third mate, and I was very new, and we were just going on a round for familiarization, and maybe who- third officer or somebody, old third officer or somebody was taking me for familiarization round, and he also might not be knowing, and he was showing me this CO2 control panel, this pilot valve panel, and even the system, new system is that even if you just put the key and you just open the panel, also the door of the panel, all the quick closing valve will activate, and all the purifier and this machinery and fuel oil will be shut to machineries, and then there will be blackout. But that happened, and luckily we were in port, so things were done, and then they sorted out. I didn't came to know much anything because I was also new what happened, or some things, just something happened, and this blackout happened. So almost after 3.5 months, that chief engineer was also from Lucknow or something, and sometimes that ship was quite good and good environment. So sometimes we had this talks, not much. So that chief engineer, after almost when he was going to sign off for something, 3.5, 4 months, he told master that this third officer did these things. Until now, he has not told sorry about that So that's why I remember this incident. That, जहाज पे, till the time you know anything, you should not touch anything, especially the
Yeah,
CO2 panels and all. Of course, nowadays they keep the lock and the keys with the chief engineer and all also. But that time we had
that is CO2 रूम का की होता है, कैबिनेट का की नहीं होता,
cabinet
चीफ
का key
इंजीनियर
तो
के पास
is in the glass, no?
है, ग्लास ओनली।
Glass
तो
protected. So
रूम जो
that time it was not glass protected, I think. That's why I could
अच्छा
open
अच्छा
it.
अच्छा 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 अच्छा, नहीं
And
वो ओपन होने से ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता है। उसमें क्या है कि आपके अलार्म बजेगा इंजन रूम में, और क्योंकि लिमिट स्विच है, डोर के साथ में एक लिमिट स्विच रहता है। द मोमेंट यू ओपन अप, द लिमिट स्विच ऑपरेट्स एंड इट विल एक्टिवेट योर ऑडियो एंड विजुअल अलार्म। अच्छा, ऑडियो एंड विजुअल अलार्म के साथ साथ में आपके जो वेंटिलेटर जितने भी हैं और जो ब्लोअर्स हैं वो बंद होंगे, बाकी का इंजन का क्लोजिंग वाल्व वगैरह नहीं बंद होगा। उसके लिए आपको सेपरेट ग्रुप स्विच है, उसको दबाना पड़ता है। आपने देखा होगा देयर आर थ्री ग्रुप स्विचेस आर इन द सेपरेट पैनल। इट इज जस्ट इन adjacent to the located adjacent to the CO2 control panel only. You have to operate those switch। एक स्विच आप दबाएंगे तो आपका सारा इंजन रूम के जितने भी
ventilation.
फ्यूल ट्रांसफर पंप है, नहीं फ्यूल का जितना सिस्टम है,
हाँ,
फ्यूल ट्रांसफर
ESD1,
पंप,
ESD2 and
प्यूरिफायर,
ESD3.
हाँ
Emergency
ESD1
shutdown 1, 2, 3 or ABC.
ESD3 जो है वो अकोमोडेशन फायर के लिए होता है। ESD3 में जैसे अकोमोडेशन में फायर हुआ तो गैली का स्विच, गैली का जो पावर बंद हो जाएगा, उसके अकोमोडेशन ब्लोअर बंद हो जाएंगे, अकोमोडेशन की जितनी भी चीजें हैं वो बंद हो जाएंगी। पर ग्रुप 1 एंड ES1 एंड ES2 स्पेशली फॉर द इंजन रूम, तो वो चीज जब बंद होगी जब आप ये दबाएंगे, तो क्लोजिंग वाल्व्स वगैरह ये सारी चीजें ऑटोमेटिकली ऑपरेट हो जाएंगी।
So by opening the panel, what will close? Some things must.
Panel generally when you open the cabinet door, जो CO2 पायलट सिलेंडर का कैबिनेट डोर जब खोलेंगे तो पहली बात तो अलार्म जनरेट होगा इंजन रूम में। अलार्म आएगा, दैट इज एयर हॉर्न अलार्म। अलार्म भी जो है वो एक नॉर्मल अलार्म नहीं होता है, इट इज ऑपरेटेड विद द एयर, प्रेशराइज्ड एयर, बिकॉज इट शुड बी वेरी लाउड, so people, every nook and corner in the room, they should be able to hear it. So that is generally the air operated pneumatic horns. So pneumatic solenoid valve operates, and that pneumatic air is opened, and horn is the horn, audio horn and visual alarm, and then the blowers। आपके जो इंजन रूम में जो ब्लोअर्स होते हैं, वेंटिलेटर जो जितने भी ब्लोअर्स होते हैं वो बंद हो जाते हैं।
Okay. So because of that, any effect on generator or any pumps or something?
यस, इफेक्ट तो पड़ता है, क्योंकि आपका टर्बो चार्जर को हवा नहीं मिलेगी तो जनरेटर हो सकता है बाउंड टू स्टॉप और स्लो डाउन और समथिंग। तो वो एक्चुअली एयर को कट ऑफ करने के लिए सबसे प्राइमरी स्टेप ये लिया जाता है। दैट इज जनरली दिस इज द अरेंजमेंट एक्चुअली।
Okay.
और ऑपरेट तो उसी समय होगा जब चीफ इंजीनियर्स को हैंडल को आपको जैसे वाल बताए थे ना, तो वो जब सारे स्विचेस बंद हो जाएंगे, इंजन रूम कंप्लीट आइसोलेट हो जाएगा, मास्टर हेड काउंटिंग हो जाएगी, तब वो वाल को, वो टू वे वाल को ऑपरेट करेगा, लीवर को, तभी पायलट सिलेंडर से हो जाए। एक बार पायलट सिलेंडर से पायलट वाल ऑपरेट हो गया और प्रेशराइज CO2 उसमें CO2 रूम में सिस्टम में चला गया, देन यू कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग, देन CO2 इज बाउंड टू रिलीज।
Correct.
वो नहीं ऑपरेट करना।